Well, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Thank you so much for joining us today. On the table in front of us today, we've got something new from the folks at No Limit. Now, No Limit makes a series of OTF knives. I actually know the guy that runs the company. He is very cool. The knives themselves are very cool, but this one is a little special. This one hasn't even landed yet, as far as I know, on the various websites where they will be available, things like Grindworks and some others. This thing is just super cool. Now, you guys know that I'm not a huge OTF guy. I have one, which is, excuse my reach, here. This is the Heretic Manticore X. I love this pocket knife. This is S35VN. Of course, it's aluminum. Has a little glass breaker built into the handle. Very nice pocket clip. This is a great knife, which is why I own one. This may be my second that I actually keep in the collection. Now, let's talk about what you get. You get a really nice pocket clip, right? As you can see, lots of good spring and ramp. Fits in the pocket very well. You get a little too much of a glass breaker, but that can be just filed off if you're inclined. It's aluminum with carbon fiber inlay. And the carbon fiber is sculpted. It's not just flat. So there's a little ridge right here that's been smoothed out, a little ridge back here. It gives it a really, really nice feel in hand. It is a traditional, I can talk, watch me go, side fire. And that is sort of the party piece. Well, there's two things here that are really sort of special and cool. First, it's a very controllable side fire, right? So you put it up, you get to a point where it starts to hang, and then bang, it fires. Now this one is a spear point. And it is, of course, double-edged, and it is S90V, which is a fantastic edge-holding steel for a knife like this. You wouldn't want S90V on a survival knife, because while it holds an edge very well, it's not super tough, so it'll scratch and stuff like that. But on a knife like this, where the blade lives hidden, man, that is really excellent. And the final bit to this knife that makes me super fall in love with it is that there's almost no, like just a littlest bit of blade play. Now, OTFs are notorious for a rattle, right? You get a little bit of rock up here at the blade. It has to do with the way the internals are built. The specs, the tolerances on the inside of this knife are exceptional. Now, the aluminum body itself has been coated in something that gives it a very smooth texture. Which is different from the sort of almost chalky texture that you get on a traditional OTF. I really like this knife. Now, will this one be mine? No, because they are making a drop point version that hasn't landed yet. Same S90V, flat, single edge drop point, which is coming. And that one, I will probably own. And also, this is a big knife, right? I mean, my Manticore is a big knife. And these are very similar, right? And I really like that. I'm not a big fan of the UTX 70s and 80s. And, I don't like small knives. Even the standard Ultratech is a little too small for me. It doesn't really hold my interest, which is why I don't have one. This monster absolutely holds my interest. And this, hear that? This has more blade rock than this. And both of these have less than both the Protex and the Microtex that I've had. So that is really saying something. This is a great knife. Now, this is called the Night Stalker. Do what you will with the name. I don't mind it. You've got the No Limit Knives logo on this side, and on this side it says Night Stalker, and then just above that, or below it, however you look at it, it says S90V. Oh, and these come very sharp. Let's do some size comparisons. Well, we'll put it up against the Manticore again. As you can see, these are very, very similar in size. All right. Let's do it against some knives that you may be a little more familiar with. Excuse my arm. What are those doing over there? We'll use our standard measurement tools. Here it is against the PM2. And as you can see, it is much longer, of course, a little thinner than the PM2. Here it is against the Para 3. Right? This is a good size knife. Now, if you get into knives that are this size in, Microtech land, you're going to pay $400 or $500, $300, $400, $500 right there in that price range. This is going to be $250 and maybe a little bit of change. And for $250, for how well made this thing is with S90V, oh my man, do not sleep on these. I'm telling you, you will be disappointed. If you like OTF knives, do not sleep on these. You will be very disappointed. Here it is against the bug out, just because a lot of you have bug outs, and that is a helpful size tool. As you can see, the Night Stalker is much, much bigger. It is a full-size knife, and that makes me very happy. It also has got a little bit of a swell right here and a little bit of a swell right here. So when this thing is in your hand, it really locks in well. It is very comfortable to hold. And again, the action is very good. I love this thing. I really do. All right, let's get some size stuff out of the way. We're going to do it flat so that it lays flat. All right, we'll line that up. This knife is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a quarter or 9.5 out to the end of the glass breaker. So 9 1/4 overall for the knife itself, with a 1/4 inch for the glass breaker. The blade, 1, 2, 3, just shy of 3/4 of cutting on just shy of 4 inches of S90V. That is fantastic. Handle size, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a quarter. Man, this thing is really good. It rides the pocket very well. The fit and finish on this, first off, the carbon fiber is lovely, right? The line between the carbon fiber and the aluminum is almost non-existent. There's no gapping in the carbon fiber. It's a well-made knife. It really, really is. Oh, of course, close profile. You know, it's 1 inch, plus a little bit for the activator button here, the activator switch. Man, that's good. Now, the reason it's so sharp is it is reasonably thin stock. And I think if we can grab it right back here at its fattest point, we're talking about 3.2 millimeters thick. So even though it has a fuller cut into it here, right? It doesn't have an awful long way to go from the center of the blade to the edge. It comes down to a really thin edge because it is not a super thick chunk of S90V. The handle itself is just over a 1/2 inch thick. So you get, and it's 1 inch this way, so it's just a rectangle and very comfortable at that, right? Let's go ahead and weigh it out. Oh, magic scale. All right. 4.1 ounces for a damn near 4-inch blade is a really good, it's a really good blade length to weight ratio. I can talk. Man, what a day. Anyway, my Manticore is almost a full ounce heavier, right? So this is lightweight, well made, and just awesome. I'm telling you, when the drop point version of this lands, I am absolutely going to add one to the collection because it's fantastic. Now, of course, here in California, you are not allowed to carry these legally. In fact, here in California, you're limited to autos like this. There's a review of the half-breed here coming soon. But as a collector and someone who likes to have nice things, this absolutely hits all of the boxes that I have for a good out-the-front auto with some additions. I mean, again, S90V for $250. Yeah, okay. I'll take one of those. And maybe you will too. This is a great knife. For now, you will not find a link to where they're available because so far, at least, I don't think they've populated on the website. When these do go live on Grindworks and whatever other sites there are, I will either do another short video and let you guys know, or I'll just come back and drop the link in the description. But for now, thank you so much for watching. This has been the No Limit Knives Night Stalker. I have been a Therapeutic Edge. Please subscribe. It helps the channel. It's great to have you here on a regular basis. We'll see you next time.